Have you ever noticed that some women seem immune to the passage of time? It's as if they carry a special radiance that overshadows their chronological age. This is something far deeper than genetics, something that operates in the hidden realms beyond what we usually call aging. We're not talking about facial treatments or surgical interventions. What we're describing is a phenomenon that the psychologist Carl Jung would have instantly recognized. The state of the soul shapes the expression of the body. What you are about to discover challenges much of what you've ever believed about the connection between inner vitality and outer appearance. The secret doesn't lie in what these women do, but in what they carry within. An exceptional spiritual alignment that acts as a protective shield against the destructive force of time. By the end of this journey, you will understand why some souls radiate while others fade, and how this ancient knowledge can transform your own relationship with aging. The mystery doesn't begin in front of the mirror, but with the light that emanates from within. When Jung spoke of the influence of the psyche on appearance, he knew that consciousness shapes reality in ways we have almost forgotten. Some women carry a vibration that operates beyond the ordinary laws of aging. Imagine a woman walking through a crowded room. She draws no attention by effort or artifice, but through an indescribable radiance that seems to bend light around her. Her face tells stories, and yet it appears fresh. Her eyes reveal ancient wisdom, yet they glow with a childlike curiosity. This is the archetype of radiant femininitha, woman whose soul keeps her young. Jung described this through the process of individuation, the union of the conscious and the unconscious that leads to a state of psychic wholeness. Women who walk this path often find their outer appearance transforming right alongside their inner metamorphosis. They embody what Jung called the eternal feminine, the timeless essence that transcends biological aging. Within them resides what he termed the anima mundi, the soul of the world that connects all living beings. They have learned to attune themselves to this cosmic rhythm. Their personal history becomes secondary to something greater, something timeless. Mystics have always known this truth. Consciousness shapes time, and time shapes the body that houses consciousness. These women share a rare gift. They transform suffering into wisdom without becoming bitter. While others grow heavy under the weight of disappointment, they transmute pain into light. Think of a woman who has endured many losses, yet carries an inexplicable sweetness on her face. She hasn't avoided life, but has practiced what Jung called active imagination, the ability to work creatively and healingly with the contents of the unconscious. This prevents the internal poisons that cause premature aging from ever taking root. The ancient Greeks distinguished between two types of time. There was chronos linear, mechanical time, and kairos, sacred time, where transformation becomes possible. Women who appear mysteriously youthful live primarily in chronos touches them only when necessary, but it never defines their essence. The beginning of this path lies in what Jung called the encounter with the shadow, the parts of ourselves we prefer to hide. Most people waste immense energy repressing these aspects, and that repression later manifests in the face, the posture, and the aura. The radiant woman, however, has made peace with her shadow. From this integration emerges what the alchemists called the philosopheress stone, a state of inner wholeness that radiates outward. When internal conflict ceases to drain vital energy, that energy is freed up for regeneration and renewal. The face relaxes into its natural beauty. The eyes clear. The posture straightens with authentic confidence. But something even deeper happens, something connected to the very nature of time itself. Jung understood that the psyche follows its own temporal laws, which aided synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that reveal a deeper reality. Women who embody this spiritual quality live partly outside of ordinary time. They have developed what Jung called the observing ego, a consciousness that can witness life as drama without being consumed by it. By perceiving aging consciously, they slow it down. They age as participants, not as victims. Through the transcendent function, the bridge between the conscious and the unconscious, transformation becomes possible. It is as if these women live in a temporal bubble where the usual laws of aging operate differently. Yes, they age but in harmony with the rhythm of their soul, not the ticking of a clock. Perhaps you have met such women, timeless, serene, luminous. Their dignity reveals their inner work. Their laughter springs from depth. Their silence radiates peace. Modern science is now beginning to confirm what Jung intuited. We know that emotions influence genetic expression. Chronic stress accelerates cellular aging, while inner peace and joy promote regeneration. Even telomeres, the biological markers of aging, are now known to respond to our psychological states. What Jung called the collective unconscious grants these women access to an inexhaustible source of renewal archetypal energies that sustain the feminine across millennia. This creates something akin to a biological grace. Cellular regeneration quickens, the body stays youthful, and inflammation remains balanced. The peace of the soul preserves the youth of the body. The radiant woman has learned the art of letting die of, releasing what no longer serves her. Each phase of life becomes a sacred death and rebirth. She navigates transitions with dignity, not resistance. While others cling, she lets go, before bitterness has a chance to etch lines on her face. Jung called the social mask. We all wear the persona. Those who identify too strongly with it become rigid and brittle. But the radiant woman wears hers lightly, like clothing suited to the season. In her psyche operates what Jung called the eternal feminine, an autonomous inner principle that renews itself continuously. Through the transcendent function, she finds a third path beyond opposites. Youth and age, beauty and decay, meaning and emptiness. She becomes a friend of time, not its enemy. In her presence, others often feel the burden of time lift from their own shoulders. Jung would have seen in her the archetype of the wise woman, not as a witch or crone, but as a living embodiment of timeless wisdom. Such women have deepened their connection to the collective unconscious, harmonizing their ego and their soul. They live what Jung called the symbolic life, a life where every act holds meaning. Nothing is wasted. Every moment serves transformation. The psyche, Jung said, has a natural healing function, a drive toward wholeness. In these women, that drive is consciously activated. Renewal begins from within, transforming not only their faces but their entire presence. The fountain of youth, then, is not a mythical place. It is a psychological state. It is available to anyone who undertakes the inner journey of integration and individuation. Their apparent youth is not vanity, but spiritual maturity made visible. Their integrity shines through the body, reflecting what the alchemists called the opus contra naturam, the work against nature that reveals true nature. They represent not personal miracles, but collective possibilities, proof that consciousness can reshape biology. This path is open to all who have the courage to meet their own shadow, integrate their own light, and live consciously. The soul that walks this path discovers its timeless essence, and that discovery changes everything, including the way we age. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this resonated with you, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more explorations into the depths of the human experience.